The Master's Mysteries, Tales of Magical Mastery, Episode 82. Continuing from the previous scene, with the white dwarf demon leaping into the air and letting out a loud shout, a dense barrage of steel needles erupted in an instant. Under such an attack, it would be nearly impossible to evade, even if you were a powerful golden immortal. Furthermore, the surroundings were open with no cover, leaving them with no place to hide. Suddenly, Liao Fengyi and Black Fox were riddled with countless steel needles. Fortunately, at the critical moment, Liao Fengyi shielded Xiao Dai, protecting her completely. What kind of sinister trick is this? Damn, there are way too many. Don't move. Fortunately, after this intense barrage, the white dwarf demon didn't immediately launch another attack, giving the two of them some time to remove the needles. You old bastard, I won't spare you. If we were defeated in a fair fight, it wouldn't be embarrassing, but this sinister attack with needles piercing through you, like a cactus, really infuriates Black Fox and Liao Fengyi. You won't spare me. Despite the fury of the two, the white dwarf demon appeared calm and unruffled. Let's see if you still have the chance. From the looks of it, he seemed quite confident. Not good, the needles are poisoned. Sure enough, the two quickly felt waves of dizziness. In an instant, they realized that the needles were poisoned. Hurry, the poison's effects are extremely potent. Within moments, their fingers began to numb. I have a way. How about you? I'm fine too. No wonder this short and stout guy became one of the 6 protectors of the shamanic sect. These cunning tactics would be difficult for anyone to guard against. Humph. Want to detoxify? You youngsters. Hey, old man. No need to call for help. How about the two of us settle this? Although he was very confident in his own poison, when he saw the two trying to detoxify, the white dwarf demon decided to take advantage of the opportunity to attack again. He wouldn't give them the slightest chance, however, before he could issue the order. A voice from behind interrupted him. A little rat with 100 years of cultivation dares to challenge me. What use is there for you to crawl in the mud for 1,000 years? Turning back, it turned out to be a member of the Gray family, with not particularly high cultivation. The white dwarf demon couldn't help but sneer. He didn't take this person seriously at all. Youngster, seeking death. Are you angry? Then come on. If you have the ability, come up. This person was Hu. He had just learned some techniques from the immortal mountain records of subduing demons, and was eager to test them out. This Gray family member before them, with his sharp tongue just like those 3 fellows, was truly annoying. Without saying a word, the white dwarf demon sprang into the air, curling up into a spiked ball and attacking Ahu. Ahu was extremely clever, realizing that dealing with the spiked ball was difficult. He swiftly dove underground, rendering the white dwarf demon's steel needles useless. However, since both of them were experts at tunneling, they engaged in a fierce underground battle. In an instant, the ground on this grassy field was periodically disturbed by clouds of dust as the two fought intensely. Setting aside the battle between Ahu and the white dwarf demon, let's focus on Liao Fengyi. He mobilized his entire inner energy to suppress the toxins within a segment of his bloodstream, and sealed that segment to prevent the toxins from spreading again. He cut a wound on his hand, forcing the poisoned blood out of his body. On the other side, Black Fox was equally diligent. How are you feeling? Don't worry, you'll be fine. This virulent poison would likely be fatal to anyone within moments. It was fortunate that these two individuals possessed exceptional skills, which helped them survive. How about now? Don't worry, you're safe. After some time of refining, Black Fox had merged with the Spirit Fox sword. He summoned the sword spirit within the Spirit Fox sword to enter his body and devour the poisoned blood. However, just as they had forced out the poisoned blood, Xiao Dai, who had been guarding them, suddenly swayed and her face turned ashen gray. It turned out that, despite Liu Fengyi's best efforts, one of the steel needles, as fine as cow's hair, had pierced Xiao Dai's leg. "Xiao Dai, you're poisoned." Seeing Xiao Dai about to collapse, Liu Fengyi rushed over, supporting her. Xiao Dai had no inner energy protecting her. Despite being a small, fine steel needle, any delay could be fatal. "She'll die if we continue like this. Hurry, detoxify her." "Be careful, leave that old bastard to me." Without Black Fox needing to say anything, Liu Fengyi understood the urgency of the situation. After instructing Black Fox, he picked up Xiao Dai and headed towards a nearby earth mount. "Ahu, go assist their protector. I'll handle things here." "All right." Ahu was pleased with Black Fox's arrangement. Don't be fooled by his tough talk. He was worried about getting the short end of the stick in a fight against this old demon. Continuing the battle would only lead to losses. "I won't keep you entertained any longer. It's not that I'm afraid of you. I'm worried you might run out of breath and collapse later." Before leaving, he didn't want to part without making the white dwarf demon furious. He couldn't bear the thought of Liu Fengyi and the others suffering in vain from their previous losses. "You old coot, how many tricks do you have left? Show them all." As Ahu departed, Black Fox, brandishing the spirit fox sword, confronted the white dwarf demon. "You family immortal, your cultivation is not shallow. Nevertheless, you're still insignificant before me," the white dwarf demon remarked. He could certainly tell that the Hu family was more formidable than the Gray family from before. However, over the years, he had defeated many members of the Hu family, so he didn't underestimate Black Fox. "You there, attack." With his command, the small dwarves clad in steel armor swiftly emerged from the grass and launched an assault on Black Fox. Previously, there were only 3 or 4 attackers simultaneously, but this time, more than a dozen rushed forward together. By now, Black Fox had removed the cover from the spirit fox sword. Despite these few dwarves wielding steel hooks, Black Fox didn't really consider them a threat. However, all of them were genuine living beings, and they all had disabilities. Even if Black Fox wanted to go all out, it wasn't possible. Black Fox carefully controlled his actions, using the sword to cut off the steel hooks from the arms of the dwarves. He tried to focus on unarmed combat. However, this approach did slow down Black Fox's speed. Don't be fooled by their short stature and stubby limbs. After extended training and conditioning by the white dwarf demon, these dwarves were surprisingly agile. Furthermore, they had a high resistance to attacks. Several who were kicked away quickly returned to the fight, making it challenging for Black Fox. Even though these individuals didn't appreciate Black Fox's mercy, he refrained from using excessive force. This aspect of Black Fox was truly admirable. The battle was intense, but with the spirit fox sword in his hand, Black Fox maintained control of the situation without falling behind. "Humph, if I wanted to kill you, you'd have been decapitated long ago." Finally, Black Fox managed to sever all the steel hooks, temporarily rendering them incapable of fighting. "It's your turn, old man. Don't keep hiding in the rear like a turtle with its head tucked in." Perhaps because of the ruthless individuals they had dealt with in the past, the dwarves were momentarily stunned to see Black Fox not delivering lethal blows. They seemed somewhat baffled. They glanced at each other, clearly realizing that they were no match for him. They began to retreat, leaving only the white dwarf demon and Black Fox on the battlefield. "Youngster, don't get too cocky." By this point, the white dwarf demon was genuinely intimidated. However, he had no choice but to launch an attack. With a leap, he charged forward. Then, come on. Dealing with this old demon, Black Fox wasn't as constrained as he was with the dwarf horde. He loosened the grip on his strength. "I've had enough of playing around." If he didn't show some strength, Would they really think Black Fox was easy to deal with? A flash of cold light, just a single move. The white dwarf demon, who had fallen into the ways of dark magic, was sliced in half by the spirit fox sword. Those dwarves had been controlled by the white dwarf demon, which was why they had done evil deeds following his orders, now that they saw the old monster die, and die so miserably. In the blink of an eye, they all disappeared without a trace. As for Liu Fengyi, he had channeled all of his spiritual energy into Xiao Dai's body, finally forcing all the toxins together. Xiao Dai suddenly retched, expelling a large amount of black blood. Xiao Dai, how do you feel? While the severe poison had been expelled from Xiao Dai's body, her physical condition had still been greatly affected, leaving her extremely weakened. As long as her life is preserved, that's good. Her body will slowly recover with proper care. At this moment, the tension that had gripped everyone was finally released. However, they were unaware that someone even more malicious and dangerous than the white dwarf demon had set their sights on them.